Dave, was it something you said at half-time to get that second half performance and a convincing win in the end?
No, I think the second half performance was as good as the first half performance, if I'm honest. We just didn't have the end product to sort of justify how we'd done. We had really, really good situations in the first half, and through a combination of our not correct decisions, if you like, some good defending from Aldershot, the ball didn't seem to want to go in. What we spoke about half time was I suppose still doing the same things, recognise they might change what they do, but look at what got us joy, because we had lots and lots of joy in the first half. We just didn't stick the ball in the net. Thankfully in the second half we did, and we ran out worthy winners.
A few changes to the team, Morecambe and Wise, Armstrong and Oates up front, and they delivered the goods once again.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a real threat. The way Aldershot set up, left space in the down the sides. I thought they occupied the back four really, really well, and we exploited that. I think we didn't do it well enough down the right in the first half, which again probably threatened or that gives us the chance that Oates might blow up, because he tended to be the one that was getting down this side. All of the time. We did it, like I said, we did it better in the second half and mixed things up, and it's easier to do that when you get the goals to. And I suppose Lukey gets the reward for all Oates' hard work with the first goal, and thankfully Oates gets a chance to get his goal with the second one.
I know how pleased you will be with the win, but I also know that you will be disappointed that we did concede, and it's a penalty that we conceded to. Was it a penalty in your eyes?
Yeah, it was a penalty. Through our own doing, and let's say that's I thought for 95% of the, maybe even more, the performance was really good. I think for 10 minutes after we scored the second goal, and listen, it coincides with us, and whether it's a thing that we need to look at going 2-0, we absolutely were in control of the game. By no means are we saying the game's over. We want to try and protect, like an Oates with the changes you make, and maybe that unconsciously goes into the player's mind that the game's done. But I think for 10 minutes we stopped doing what we've been doing to get us success, and we weren't ruthless enough. And all of a sudden we thought we were not good players, because we are good players, but wanted to sort of play inside and play into midfield areas when we really just needed to keep turning them. John looks to play a diagonal, first diagonal ball he's played all game. He's been brilliant in terms of his delivery down that left-hand channel. All of a sudden mix things up, then try and recover from a mistake that's made, and you lean in and you get a penalty against you, and that could be a situation in a playoff game where 2-0 and cruising, all of a sudden 2-1 becomes a completely different game. From my perspective, more than anything else, because what I don't want to be doing is sat at the side with us in control, to all of a sudden having to watch the game through squinted eyes and through my hands, if you like, for the last 5 minutes or so. Credit to them, went up the other end and like I say, put their foot back on the gas, get a penalty, and the last minutes obviously more comfortable in the fact that it's 3-1.
I was just going to say, we go straight back up the other end, get the penalty. A few little afters there, always disagreements on the pitch, but Nicky Featherstone was completely out of the way, ball in hand, and you always, never in doubt, is it?
Yeah, obviously very, very composed in terms of what he does, and that's why we've given him the responsibility to take them penalties. Like I say, we've not had a huge amount, but everyone he's had he's stuck away, so long may that continue.
Just really, what does this do for us in terms of the mentality? Coming off the back of 2 defeats, a win here, big game, they're all big games, but a huge game next weekend. What does that do for the lads in there? And I'm sure they're more than pleased after, as I said, 2 defeats.
Yeah, I don't know it does a lot for mentality for me. For me, regardless what the last 2 defeats have done is taken away opportunities for us to finish in the top 2. So that's gone now, so you have to move on. These next 3 games, or 2 games after today, are about getting ourselves ready for playoff games and what's required to win those games. And sometimes it's not tactical stuff that's required to win games. It's about finding a way. It's about doing it under pressure. It's about doing it in adversity. It's about your season potentially being on the line and dealing with that, if you like. So, like I say, for today and the next 2 games are, for me, all about that. And like I say, today's a positive step in the right direction. We've given ourselves a shot through the hard work we've done. We're thoroughly justifying of the shot, and we've said over the course of 42 games, the better teams will be at the top end of the table. The best teams are the ones that get out of the league, are the ones that best deal with the pressure and the circumstances and the adversity that playoff situations throw up. So hopefully we can be that team.
Just finally, news from yesterday as well. I don't think anyone really expected it, but playoff final will be at Ashton Gate, the home of Bristol City. A bit of a weird one.
Yeah, I think the lads were all ready for jumping all over Jake, because obviously Jake's dad's assistant manager at Bristol City, so he thought he had some doing in it. But listen, you don't know the circumstances. There were lots rumoured around Leicester and Aston Villa and all these teams. You've no idea whether National League has explored every Premier League option, if you like, and they weren't available, and Bristol City was. So that's where it is.
So I suppose we won't complain if we're actually travelling down there.
No, absolutely not. Listen, I don't care where the final's at. I'm sure, regardless of who's in it, they turn up and play on a park pitch for an opportunity to get themselves in the Football League next year, and we're no different. So wherever the game is, however many people are allowed in, I'm sure there'll be a huge scramble for tickets. And come the 20th of June at 5 o'clock or whatever it might be, if your team's in the Football League, you'll not give a monkey's where the game's being staged.
Dave, thanks very much.
Cheers, thanks.